Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 3v3 ladder match here on the most amazing Neuroxis map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting off with Team 1, also known as Red Team in the Northeast, ending with Team 2 in the Southwest, also known as Blue Team. Starting off with Team 1's frontline player is Ruby Red Cascade, going first land as a Cybran. He is an 1808 rated player. And again, he's going first land to his northwest in Chevy. Crimson is a Seraphim player of Scorpio going first land. He is a 1576 rated. And in the rear guard earth slot is Shen going first land as a Cybran. He's a 2065 rated, and he is in orange, the color orange. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have 2 Cybrans and 1 Seraphim. No access to UEF or Aeon technology. Starting off with Team 2's frontline player in Stage Blue is AI Gangster going first land as a UEF. He is a 1720 rated. To his southeast in Royal Blue, we have Ferv going first land as another UEF for his team. He is a 1630 rating. And last but not least for Team 2 in the regular slot is Low going first land as the third and final UEF player of the game and his team. He is in Amethyst Purple. He's a 2112 rated, the highest rank on Team 2 and in the game overall. Which means that for Team 2's players, they are all UEF, no Cybran, no Seraphim, and no Aeon. Let's take a look at the reclaim here for the map. For 6 players, we have 13,000 reclaims, so it's a little bit over 2K mass per player to scoop up, and it's very much spread out in the relative sides of the maps for Team 2 and Team 1. Not really a lot of mass to fight over. I mean, there's some mass, but there's not a ton of mass that you would usually find in the middle of the map. And in terms of the map, it's very Settins-esque. You have the northern pond and the southern pond, and there's no side islands, but there's a couple of mass points in the water. However, there is a ton of mass points just scattered every which way here for both teams. There's a Trimex position here, another Trimex position here, but honestly, the middle of the map, there's nothing really to fight over. I feel like Team 1's going to grab this, Team 2's going to grab this, and there's going to be a lot of lobbing artillery and missiles and whatnot at one another. But let's go ahead, and I think I'm going to speed this game up just a little bit. I think I'll go +2 just to see what our players are up to. They're going to have to walk to the middle of the map. We do have 1 little mechs on this lonely little plateau, mountain, cutoff, whatever you want to call this thing. But, of course, our players will have to focus on Navy in this game because, well, there are 2 ponds. And they can get to the pretty close to the main bases of at least 1 player here for this southern and northern pond. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the dual cap video I released yesterday. If you haven't gone and seen it already, please at the end of this video go ahead and check that one out. It was very fun to do. It's very good back and forth and a good show of what Gap is all about. We do see the comms moving to the central line here. All 3 on Team 1 and 2 have left their main bases. One of them here in the north for Scorpio going for a nice little naval facility grid here. We do see Cascade, the frontline player, getting to, well, the front line first. We do see Team 2's Gangster, or AI Gangster, moving in as well. Team 2's comms being a little bit more conservative with how far they push in. Team 1 being a little bit more closer to that front line. But again, like I said, in this term of environment with 3v3 and a lot of territory to, well, kind of move around in, it does take a little bit time for that action to really kick off, hence why I sped it up at least a couple, just that it's not a lot of, okay, we're going to sit here and hang out and that kind of thing. But it's also fun to talk about every little build order, what they're doing, where everybody's going, all of the like. Where we do see 2 comms here on Team 2, kind of just hanging out, grabbing both of those mexes. I don't know if they're assisting one another, but it does look like Ferv goes, hey, but these were mine. Hey, those were my mexes. Mean. He walked up to it and went, all sad. We do see naval facility production online here for both of the players that we would assume that would have naval facilities, both Scorpio and Cascade. I would kind of be not surprised to see Shen maybe just drop 1 facility up here or something just to assist. Team 2, we have a set of facilities down here. Not as many as Team 1. And we do see nothing here on this northern pond. So Team 2 definitely going to be at a deficit for Navy on that northern pond. And maybe the comms on Team 2 focusing a little bit on the more land situation. We are seeing Team 1 start to slightly jump ahead in the eco, but it looks like that might be reclaim related as Team 2 is at 180. We see the first upgrade of the game here for Team 2's AI Gangster. He's going for gun damage range. I would assume that all of the UEF comms would at least go gun damage range at some point. Team 1, of course, has a little bit of an uphill battle with the comm scenario where 2 of the 3 of them are Cybran, meaning they lack 2,000 hit points on board those commanders each. So that's 4,000 plus an additional 500. That doesn't realistically count, so let's just stick with the 4,000 for Team 1's deficit. We do see the build-up here of the Navy here for Team 1's Cascade. He's, again, trying to secure the middle of the map here, at least in the southeastern corner. There's a couple of mechs. It's not really huge ticket items, big ticket items, but, you know, again, something's better than nothing. Nice counter here by Team 2's FAF going for that 1 torpedo-capable ship of the Tiger-class submarine. Wouldn't be surprised to see, yep, there's another one online as well. So this should be enough to dissuade these frigates from coming in, as Team 1 is only producing frigates at the current moment, but they should be switching over to at least some subs pretty shortly. There's a transport over there. It looks like a sub, but that is not a sub. And Team 1 has secured the entire northern pond in an instant, essentially, since Team 2 did not fight back. I think Team 2 is thinking about fighting this on the land only, but that might be a mistake, as if Team 1 claims the entire northern, sector of the map, it really hems in their options, taking out some resourcing options on the edge of the map, really just kind of nipping at Team 2's heels is what Team 1 is doing currently. We do see the comm of FAF coming into the water as well. Looks like he might just reclaim some of these boats, but the boats, the subs are doing pretty good at forcing those frigates back. Again, still no subs online here for Team 1, so Team 2 subs just reigning supreme here in that southern pond. Gun speed and range coming online here for Scorpion, and with the gun comp of AI Gangster pushing forward, Team 1 runs in the face of it. Multiple comms on Team 1 going, that's not what I want to engage with. And so we do see AI pushing forward. Team 1 PD going to be built here for defensive measures, of course, and try to, again, force the comm to not engage. We do see the comm of Zlo coming in. Looks like he's just running around and reclaiming at the current moment. We might see him move to the north and go after the central causeway, but with all 3 of the comms for Team 1 in this small localized area, I feel like Team 2 definitely needs that second player of Zlo to come in and assist. And AI just does not care. He's just going to keep walking it back. Scorpion has his gun upgrade online. Team 1 Mechs gets taken out. Another Team 1 Mechs gets taken out. AI just doesn't care, throwing caution to the wind. And have at thee, says Gangster. Like, have at thee. Look at this. One UEF versus the world. Going after that Team 1 PD. Going to get some nice shots of those comms on Team 1 kind of just hanging out there. PD does get taken out. And now AI Gangster going after those engineers will run into the comm of Cascade. And now Scorpion and Shen want a piece of that action. Oh, nope. Shen's going to go for his upgrade. But Scorpion's now in range. It's 2v1 scenario here for Team 2 is AI Gangster. He bit off a little bit more than he can shoot, but he has T2 tanks online. He's going after Cascade's comm. This might be a very early ejection here for the game. But you see those tanks being overwhelmed by Team 1 from the south, or in the south here from Cascade. Those those pillars focusing the comm of Cascade. AI is falling into the yellows, the low yellows, almost the red here pretty shortly. Scorpion just rushing down that comm, trying to kill him off. Tons of Scorpion, tons of those Scorpions, tons of Scorpion and those Mantis just forcing back AI. Again, he bit off a little bit more than he can chew, and he needs some assistance from Team 2, at least in some degree. We do see some units outbound from FAF. He needs to get into that water sooner rather than later. Guerrilla is trying to body block all of his Mantis, but there's a ton of firepower on board that amount of T1 spam, and AI might get another Star of Agency. That might be enough to save him. He will get into the water with only 2,500 hit points remaining, and that has forced the engagement here between Team 1 and Team 2, and Scorpion going to reclaim all of those pillars. He now has 1 Star of Veterancy as well. Do you see Cascade falling back? I don't know. Oh, he's right over here. He's back in the yellow. He might go for Nano first. He's going to go for Gun, Stealth, probably the Nano next after those 2 upgrades. We have Nano on board here for AI. AI has to jump out of the water due to those torpedo-capable ships of the attack subs online in said water. And that will lose a little bit of progress on the Nano, but not terribly. We do see cruisers online here in the north here for Team 1's Scorpion. That's really just going to eliminate a lot of resourcing options here for Team 2 on this northern edge. And T3 Air is online here for Shen, going after a couple of engineers with that Whaler gunship. A lot of interceptors protecting that gunship. We do see a ton of subs online here for Team 2's player Ferb, going after the torpedo launchers here in the bay for Team 1's Cascade. And this fleet cannot engage the subs. They are not capable, just due to the fact that those subs, those frigates do not have torpedo-capable weapons on board. But it looks like the T2 facility was shielding the torpedo launchers there, and that will force the rest of those subs back. We may see an airlock here very early here in the game at 20 minutes as the ASFs and interceptors come in to go after some resourcing options. And, of course, the ASFs from Team 2's Zlo. Zlo going after that gunship. Looks like he might kill that off. He does kill that off. He did kill off a couple of T1 and T2 mexes. Not that big of an annoyance, but still an annoyance at the minimum. Now we see all of the comms on Team 2 near that central causeway position, and multiple groups of units going after Scorpion's commander. Scorpion, again, kind of did something similar than what AI Gangster did in charging forward. Shen also has gun and not nano, but stealth on board. Stealth doesn't really do anything in a vision scenario, but at least for radar, he can't be detected, at least for the time being. We see a bunch of pillars online. They're trying to force their way forward. They might just go after Shen's commander at this point. There's a lot of them surrounding T1 Mantis, going after anything and everything they can. Strikers and those pillars just charging on forward. UEF prowess shown here, very tanky. Not necessarily because they're tanks, but because they're just tanky in general. And ASFs fly over the top to protect any sort of incursions in that regard. But Scorpion trying to do his best to shield Shen. Shen falls into the red. We do see Cascade on that nano upgrade, as I mentioned, that he would probably go forward. First, Shen going to fall into 500. There he goes! Shen is the first eliminated of the game. That is the air player here for Team 1. And now it is a 3v2 in favor of Team 2. But again, this is a full share game, which means Team 1's player of Cascade will inherit everything that his teammate owned, and that's going to really supercharge his eco at this stage in the game. 13 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Fort bombers are inbound to assist with this attack on the Team 1 facilities here from Ferv, and Team 2 needs to get their navy sorted. They need some cruisers online. They're going straight for T3 with no cruisers or no destroyers online. Definitely an interesting move here by Team 2's Ferv. I mean, at least get a couple of cruisers. I mean, there are ASF nearby, but if you're going to go for straight T3, maybe build a T2 air facility, which he's actually currently doing as I speak. But just build a couple of, interceptors or something to throw at those bombers that are inbound. But to be fair, that attack from Cascade does get shoved away, but Team 2 losing a ton of this frontline mechs points. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the mexes are down. And in the northwest, it looks like Team 2 is trying to get into the naval game. I feel like it's a little bit too late in that multiple engineers were dropped, it looks like, to go after facilities. But it also looks like Team 1 is ready to respond with their own subs to deal with any sort of incursion from that. A couple of Riptides are online, but they're being assaulted by some destroyers and the missile fire, of course. Riptides are amphibious. They can float. They have float tech, so they're kind of hovering around the map. They should just go straight after that destroyer and be done with it. But they're trying to target those cruisers that have just been gnawing away at Team 2's eco. Not going Navy was a mistake, says AI. Yep, that I made that comment of not going Navy, and yeah, that kind of yeah. For you think? Thank you. You made my comment for me. Appreciate it. T3 is almost completed here for Ferv. This could be huge for Team 2 in the naval side of things, at least in the southern pond. Team 1 at 440 eco. Team 2 mass income. Team 2 at 380. We have a gun. Not gun. We have a T2 engineering suite on board coming online for AI Gangster. It's just the missiles are just raining in constantly. 5 of those cruisers are online, doing essentially what the UEF are known for, and just shelling enemy positions with those non-stop missile barrages. And the range on those things is pretty good. It's a pretty good range, especially if they sit right here. They could probably take out the entirety of AI's base and even probably get pretty close to the base of Zlo. So TMD needs to be a must here for Team 2. Team 1 also needs to be thinking about that as well. And I would not be surprised to see Team 2. Yep, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. That is the Neptune class battlecruiser. It will shred anything below T3. And even against T3 units in terms of battleships, it does do a lot of damage. So Team 1 needs to be aware of that and pump out destroyers and other units to deal with that threat. We do see a nice firebase coming online here for Ferv, getting some PD and TMD to protect himself. I do love the positioning of the radar, however, which will give a ton of vision once he upgrades it to T3. I don't think it'll go the entire way, but it'll go almost the entire way. Last facility online here for Team 2 in the Navy. Looks like all 4 of them were built and all 4 of them were destroyed. Team 1 didn't have to divert that much attention to it, just due to the fact that Team 2 didn't have a presence. And now the missiles rain in constantly here against Team 2. Team 2's resourcing options are being sniped constantly here. He needs more TMD immediately. His engineers need to get cracking on those defenses. They are only buzzkill capable, so they're not terrible. I don't like them. I've been told that the Zapper is actually the longest range and has the longest range in terms of taking out missiles, but he needs to build those buzzkills and shields immediately. T3 land is online, and he might just lose it here at 17 minutes. Team 2 definitely on the back foot. Huge mistake, as was mentioned earlier by Team 2's player of AI and Ferv, that not going Navy definitely was a mistake here. They didn't think it would play much of a role, but Team 1, you know, with Scorpio being Seraphim, has access to those missile-capable cruisers. He's just going to spam up more and more of them, and that also doubles as AA as well. And Team 2, like I said, is just on the back foot. Team 1 at 500 mass income, Team 2 at 450. And we do see some cruisers now coming online here for Ferv. He does have that battle cruiser. The Neptune is online. And here comes the barrage to this base here for Ferv. He needs more TMD immediately. Only a few of them are online. You are an idiot and 1,000 flames. This is Spartan. Killer, you're an idiot. Mega Tuna. I love how there's Mega Turret. Mega Turret and Killer. Those 2 killers apparently. The TMD is eventually going to get overwhelmed here. He needs more of it, and he needs more shields. I would say probably definitely a mix of both. I saw a Cougar online. That's definitely interesting. If only Team 2 had Cyber Tech and they could build some Loyalists to deal with the amount of missiles inbound. But the shield is offline, and that is not great here for Ferv. He's just going to receive some just pummels to the face here. Look at all this incoming missile fire. He needs more. Ferv, you need to build more. You're going to lose this position. It's like playing Missile. If you've ever played Missile Command, this is definitely what it feels like. Just raining in the missiles constantly. Look at this. Look at the nonsense that's going on. Missile Command at its finest. That might even be the thumbnail text. It's just Missile Command. Anyway, let's see what's going on here in the east. The naval attack has commenced. The fleet over in the east has engaged the battle cruiser. And again, look at the range on this thing. It is actually, that's the wrong player. That is Ferv. That is the range on this thing. He needs to target the destroyers first, then take out the frigates. He's already down in the yellow. He needs to start prioritizing targets here. And you take out the stuff that can shoot you first and then take out everything else. But he does have a nice battle group of subs going after all of the facilities and everything else here in the north. T2 just spam needs to be prioritized here for Cascade to deal with this amount of those ships. We do see, of course, the Neptune, again, not targeting the 3 destroyers over here that could easily be targeted. There's a bulwark over here that gets killed off. T2 Navy is the target. I understand why, to prevent the incursion of more crews. The Leviathan is what it's named. Definitely the name of a good ship. If you played KOTOR, I think it's KOTOR 2 has the Leviathan. Wait. Is that? Maybe that's KOTOR. No, that's KOTOR 1. That's, oh, what's the, oh, yeah, I think that's the Leviathan that, I think it's Revan, like Darth Revan commands in the beginning of KOTOR 1. Because there's the one that Nihilus flies, which is like a decrepit capital ship. I just can't remember if that's the Leviathan or the other one's Leviathan. Can't remember. Anyway, let me know down in the comments if you can remember better than I can at the current moment. Those 3 destroyers are still online, and I don't know if those are going to play a role in Team 1 re-securing the Navy, but that Leviathan, that T3 battlecruiser, has seen better days. Trying to build some torp launchers. Don't do a whole lot, unfortunately, but some damage is better than none as engineers are taken out. How is the Northwest situation going? Well, Team 2's AI Gangster did not build enough TMD in the interim that Ferb was dealing with it, so that base is going to go up in smoke. Team 2 is going to lose a huge amount of income here very quickly after all those TMD are taken out. AI knows it. He's just retreating. He's like, I can't deal with it right now. And it's going to be a long uphill battle here for Team 2 to try to surmount. Team 1, not really worrying about anything, just doing SimCity here in their main base, building up all their air grids. Multiple air facilities coming online, segmenting out, decentralizing everything, preventing any sort of cascade. You know, let the puns lie where they may. And see how it goes. We do see another group of cruisers going after this position. And Team 2, I just don't see them mounting a comeback in terms of the Navy for right now. They need to find a way to fight this. We do see a couple of bricks making landfall here. Some broadsword and stinger going after those bricks. Don't know what they're going after. It looks like they're going after the engineers possibly, but they're not going after P-Gens or T3 land headquarters. I don't know what they were going after. They're going after something. Satellite coming online here for Zlo. He's trying to fight, and that would definitely help them come back in this game and have them go after those cruisers and really alleviate the pressure on AI. But there goes the T3 land headquarters. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Oh, it's gotta hurt to watch. And at 22 minutes, let's go ahead and take a look at what the situation is going on here for the game overall. Team 1, 2 players left. Team 2 at 3 players left. 2.5 technically the base here for AI has seen better days. Team 1 has 850 mass income. Team 2 at 680, so more than almost 200 mass income more for Team 1 than Team 2. Team 2 has gained control of the Navy in the south. Team 1 has had control of the Navy in the north, or the pond in the north, for I think the entire game. And I mean, Team 2 is building a satellite, to be fair, that could easily deal with all these cruisers. But look at that fire. AI is receiving a ton of firepower from those cruisers, and there he goes. Oh, there he goes. And as I'm stating the state of the game so far, Team 2 loses their first player. Now a 2v2 game. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win the game. Please, if you haven't done so already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate any and all attention to my videos, even if it's for a second, 10 minutes, an hour, you know, whatever the case may be. But just look at all these cruisers. Look at them all. It's just punching out those missiles. This entire base is going to be just defunct, or debunked, whatever the word is, of anything and everything. Again, probably Team 2 wishing they had access to Cybertech for those loyalist redirect missile capability. But Team 3 land headquarters over here, that's going to be taken out. Looks like that's for Cascade. He doesn't have anything else. But Team 1 isn't fighting on the land. They just built a couple of defenses and called it a day. The satellite actually going to go to the north. Definitely an interesting play here for Team 2 Slow. Should just take out all the cruisers over here. He needs to come back and take all that out. E3 land headquarters is gone. The missiles are coming in. Zapper's trying to do their best, of course. It's just missile command here between the two players on the eastern side and the western side. Just punching out, just pummeling, just throwing anything and everything that they got in those, whatever you want to call them, coffers for those missiles. And not even TMD can be built enough to deal with this. But I think that is the max. Actually, that's the wrong player. That is the maximum range. Yeah, I think they were pretty close to Zlo's base, so he needs to get his own TMD online, I feel like, or it's just going to be not a great day here for Zlo. Or anybody else on Team 2, for that matter. We do see it just slow and steady wins the race, I guess, for that one cruiser firing missiles. But all of the defenses are being taken out here in the eastern side of the map here. They're targeting the AA, it looks like, which is very interesting, trying to prevent any sort of air fight, or not prevent any air fight, but allow for an incursion from the air side of things. I think Team 1's definitely winning the air fight at this point. Cascade is sitting at 66 ASF. Zlo is sitting at, well, that's a lot more than I thought. Oh, okay. 73. So again, he's a little bit ahead. But again, Team 1 is severely out-ecoing Team 2. Team 1 about to cross 1,000 mass income. Team 2 at 700, essentially. And they have a couple of bricks to deal with here from Cascade, just kind of ruining things. Team 2 needs to divert more attention to this and deal with this incoming threat. This entire just base is dead. There's nothing here. Look, there's a bunch of Percies that can be redirected here. They're going to walk in and try to intercept those bricks outbound from Cascade. He doesn't have another T3 land headquarters, and he has a nuke online, and it is currently loading as we speak. Team 1 is definitely in the driver's seat for this game at 26 minutes. If Team 2 comes back, how do they mount it? Looks like more air grid satellite. That's the only satellite built SMD coming online, but that's going to be a little late to the party there. The nuke is already loaded. I mean, this could be it here for Team 2 if Team 2 doesn't get their act together with that nuke, or they take out the nuke, either or. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Do they know about the nuke's existence? Oh, they know about it. They can see it overhead. Are there any shields? There are shields protecting the nuke, so, and there's more being built all the time. They're going to be built all around the facilities to protect from the satellite, but it does look like most of the defenses have fallen on the southern cliffside, and so this might be enough to assist and allow some ASF/bombers to come in and take out the nuke. But again, Missile Command Central here. Ferv is receiving a ton of firepower here from those missiles. Oh, the AoE. Oh, he's in the 2000s. He needs to get out of there. Look like he was the primary target of that barrage. Look at those Look at it. Look at those missiles. Look at all those lines coming out. That's crazy. It's so many cruisers. It just goes to show. Oh, and there goes all those TMD. I am expensive. And yeah, that was definitely, that's gotta hurt. Ground invasion in full swing here from Team 1. Scorpio trying to claim all the mexes and just go after Team 1 spam to constantly keep Team 2 busy. Need to build TMDs low, and Ferv just build a line of TMD. Just do boop, and just like slowly walk it forward. That's the only way you're realistically going to be dealing with all of those cruisers. Or just send your satellite after them. That also works. Looks like he's actually doing that right now with going after all of the stations over here. There's only one T3 online here, nothing else in the north. And the cruisers are from Team 2 now coming on the edge. The Kraken. Where is that Leviathan at? Did it die? It might have died. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, it died. Yeah. Oh no, it's right here. I'm just completely blind. It is still online at 2-star veterancy, but just Team 1 doesn't have a lot of defenses in terms of the TMD. ASF going to engage. I don't know what for. Is that a misclick? I don't know. Maybe he senses he has more, but there's a lot of flak in here as well. I just don't know. The shields are down. The satellite's over top. Will it kill off the nuke? The satellite's focusing on all of it, and here come the strap bombers taking out the nuke. Go for ACU, says AI. That's why the ASF's engaged. Great play here by Slow. I gave up, says Cascade. Satellite is taking out all of the everything. Cascade gets taken out by the satellite and the strap bombers. It's a 2v1 scenario here now. Team 2 has brought it back, and this is shaping up to be a very good back and forth game. One player remains on Team 1, and that is Scorpio. He's in the water, building up AA to defend his position. Looks like Slow has also won the air fight. Strap bomber starting to go after all of the air grid. That's actually, it's not as big as I thought it was. It's actually just a lot of shields. Satellite's targeting the SMDs now. And I love how there's just T1 PD targeting those those Blackbirds SR90s. Strap bombers over top. They're going after all of the shields around that SMD. If Team 2 builds their own nuke, this might be it. Second satellite is online here. Look at how many shields. Cascade. Look at the shields. Yeah, there's so many shields here. Building a ton of AA. The SMD. Oh, the SMD almost got taken out. This one last shield emitter. There goes the ED1. Needs to upgrade to like ED3 at a minimum. Looks like resourcing options are the target here for that missile, but that satellite. But tons of missiles raining in, taking out a bunch of T3 mexes here for Team 1. Team 1 now dropping from 1,000 all the way down to what Team 2 is working with, so it's essentially a tied up game here. Second satellite is online, and maybe it'll go after the cruisers. I don't know. But of course, Team 1 does have nuclear-capable not submarines, but battleships in the form of those Hathums. And there's a ton of Perseus now on the coastline targeting that battleship. Should be targeting the cruisers. One cruiser does get taken up, but there's just so much fire coming off of those cruisers, it doesn't even matter. It just doesn't matter. So many units dying to missiles in this game. We have these Perseus trying to get close to those cruisers. There's a battleship shooting at those Perseus now. Some of them might get in range. Yes, they do. Some of the cruisers will get taken out here. And actually, the battleship might get taken out here pretty shortly if it's not too careful. And the land invasion has occurred here for Slow, going after anything and everything it can. Looks like Team 1's going for a chicken now. SMD is still online. Looks like the satellite is targeting all of the empty, or not empty, but exposed mechs. Satellites lasering, or I should say glassing the ground. Scathis has been started. It isn't being assisted, but is being started. Team 2 will obviously notice that. Gets pinged. They can remember about it. But Team 1, I mean, they were winning the game pretty handedly, especially on this western side. But Team 2 with the Navy came in and just started pummeling Team 1. The nuke, that would have cemented Team 1's victory had the nuke landed. The SMD did load. But another satellite coming online. I still feel like he needs to get more SMD, which he, TMD, which he is. Dual lines of TMD. That will definitely deal with most of the artillery raining in from the cruisers, but the direct fire not direct fire, but the artillery-based weaponry of the Hathums definitely needs to retarget these. I don't think that can reach though. I think Scorpion. No, that can reach. That can reach actually most of those TMD. With some shields are probably in order, but spam v spam here between these players on the northern beachhead. It's Normandy over there in the west, and Normandy here in the east. It's just land invasion after land invasion. Couple of Perseus break on through. There's a brick that's firing at that Percy. Does kill off the Percy, but 2 more remain. Another satellite coming over the top here for Team 2's Slow. They're still targeting all the backline mexes now. Oh, this is just devastating here for Team 1's eco. Dropping to 450. Team 2 almost doubling their eco here at 32 minutes on the clock. Nuke launches. And where is that coming from? It's coming from the battleship capable, the nuclear capable battleship. There we go. Words are hard. Taking out all those TMD, and the SMD will be able to fire on it. And the second one over here, I think it's pretty close to loading. Is this SMD loaded? You are an idiot, SMD, or that's the name of the SMD. No more loaded, says Furv. He needs to assist those immediately. If another nuclear missile gets fired, the air grid is done. Team 2, when they clawed back so much, it would be a shame to lose 4 satellites, essentially. That would be very devastating here for Team 2. Assuming... Oh, that has to be the nuke loading. Let's see. It should be. And it is loaded. Needs to fire immediately. Got to fire that nuke immediately. The longer he waits, the longer Team 2 has to load that SMD. Oh, this could be... Oh, it's another one of those. Oh, the nuke launches. It's going for the air grid and the satellites, and the SMD is not going to load in time. Oh, needs more assistance. Needs a lot more... Tearing all these engineers. Assist the SMD. Oh, no. There it goes. Team 2's low was fighting it back here. All the engineers scurry to get out of range, but... the air grid and those satellites. One satellite is still online. Takes a little bit of a singe, but that's gotta hurt. Team 2 has lost all their air facilities and 3 of those satellites. That has gotta hurt. But the satellites did a ton of damage to Team 1, taking out a ton of their mass. Team 1 at 270 mass income. Team 2 at 600. Team 2 is almost tripling the eco here for Team 1. And we even see... Furv on a transport going to the eastern side of the map, going to drop and go for something, maybe this position. But this SMD is going to load to protect against any other nuclear missiles. But there's only 2 Hathums. Actually, there's a third one over here, but it's not even loading. Satellite looks like it might start targeting. Nope, I'm going to keep going. Yathotha coming too, says Ferv. There is a chicken online, and it is barreling down Team 2's necks. And Zlo only has one satellite to his name. Needs to rebuild his air grid and his P-gens. His eco's probably... Oh, no, he's still positive on power. That's good. Oh, man, this game has just flip-flopped back and forth. Team 1 was in the lead, and then Team 2's in the lead, and then Team 1's kind of in the lead. But the ASFs are moving in. They sense blood. They're going after that one lonely Strat Bomber. Strat Bomber goes, eek! Eek! Gets out of range of all those ASFs. Team 1, I mean... 132 with 9 Strat Bombers inbound. There they are over there in the north. I wonder what they're going to target. They've taken out 3 of the 4 satellites. So, I mean, Team 2 doesn't have any AA to speak of. They could really get crushed by this bombardment that might occur. Still hanging out here in the north. Satellites still targeting the mats here for Team 1. T3 Mechs is going to be built on top of the wrecks of old T2 or T3 ones. Looks like the land engagement has very much slowed down due to the fact that Blow just doesn't have the eco to pump all those units out. And looks like the entire northern... Essentially just almost a base trade going on here between Team 1 and Team 2. Okay, those Strat Bombers are gearing up for an attack. They're getting closer. Let's see if they wait for nukes to be loaded. 103,000 mass killed on board that Hathum. That's loading another nuke. That's at half loaded. And the one over here is not even close to loading. So, but nuke or that's a Billy nuke. At least that's what it looks like. That is. Yeah, it's nuking. There it goes. It's inbound, going after the defenses over here. Lands, takes out a T2 PD and a couple of mass storages. Team 1, if they don't notice that, they'll definitely should with that nuclear sound. Spy planes just kind of flying over top, seeing what they can see. Team 1 trying to keep those spy planes out of view. Chicken is moving into those defenses. Percy's need to turn around and fight. ASF's moving in, taking out all those spy planes that are circling overhead. And T2 PD trying to force back this chicken. Strat Bomber over top takes out some hit points as well. Looks like the Percy's might be given the order to move. An ASF fight might engage, but Team 1's going to win that fight handedly. Strat Bomber is taken out with flak and other things. And there goes all of the ASFs for Team 2. Team 1 has air dominance, and I think the Strat Bombers might be called in. Nope, not yet. They're waiting. They're waiting for something. I don't know what, but they're waiting for it. T2, another Billy Nuke lands, taking up more of the capacity on board that shield. There's a group of T1 Zooey pushing forward in the east. And T1, sorry, not Zooey. Sorry, T1 Lobos. Zooey here in the west. Probably shouldn't keep your stingers in range of that flak, but, you know, it happens. Heat, again, just being built constantly. Spy planes over top, and we might see the bombers move in. Yep, there goes some of them. They're going to move in and engage. There's multiple, that's a squadron or so of bombers going to move in. Oh, no, just a couple of them. Not going to send all of them in. Definitely a smart move. I wonder what they're targeting. ACU probably. Yep, he is correct in that estimation. I don't know what the Strat Bombers are going. Looks like they're going after the satellite. There it goes. It's not defended. No shields around it. 1, 2, and 3. There it goes. It is taken out. Team 2 loses their last satellite. Chicken on the front line. Mega Turret and Void and a lot of other names. SMD is loaded to 2. If that SMD was, loaded when it was supposed to, or probably should have been, Team 2 would be in a better placement for this. But Strat Bomber's now going after T3 Mechs. T3 AA being spammed up as well to deal with that sort of thing. And Zlo is definitely being reactionary. He's not acting, he's more reacting, and that just, due to the fact that, most of their base is gone, that's kind of fair. But the Strat Bombers take out another T3 Mechs. Team 2 still out-ecoing Team 1. It's 800 to 300 essentially, so 2.5 times the eco. And I don't know what they're putting it into, but you need to put it into other things, I believe. Team 2's player of Ferv is the most. He's generating 476 mass income per second. Strat Bombers over top take out that line of PD, but all these Strat Bombers, they're going after Zlo's commander. Oh, they're going to be killed off, though. And the ASF production has once again commenced here for Ferv. T3 Ravagers are online. They're targeting that chicken and anything else that comes into range. There's some Percy's online. Team 1, I mean, those cruisers aren't really that effective. It's good for AA, but they can't really target anything. Nuke about to load. Nuke 3/4 the way loaded. Nuke half loaded. We have some of those Zooey coming in. Again, Ravagers are good for, you know, long-range targets, but when they all fire, going after one or two lonely little artillery, it's not the best. Triads are definitely better in that regard, just due to the fact that they essentially fire, not necessarily faster, but their shots are designed for, you know, more moving targets. The T3 Ravagers are designed for like slower moving targets, like experimentals. But the Percy's need to move. They're being shot by by missiles. And it's just Team 2 cannot push forward just due to the sheer number of artillery. We do have a FAF boy online here for Team 2. Just hopefully that doesn't come into range of the artillery and the missiles from Team 1's cruisers and battleships. Large group of Team 1. Lobo seen in the east here for Slow. We do see a cruiser trying to get to the edge of the map. Look at that, half of his, actually almost probably more than half of his, well, it's about half of his, not image, his model is off the map. And we have battleships in the cove here. They could be put over here and fire at the Hathum over here. They could just fire like this. That's probably would be a better use for them, honestly. We see the attack of Lobos once again. The chicken trying to push forward, but then gets stopped by the Fat Boy. The Fat Boy might just be targeted by a bunch of missiles here pretty soon if it moves into range. We do see Scorpy. I mean, that Fat Boy is not on view, but it's pretty darn close to where it could. Yep, that's where the shots are coming from, right about here. Yep, there they are. Which is barely staying out of range of that. Bunch of missiles. I guess they were used to divert. Try to torpedo snipe his ACU. We'll finish Scathis and GG. And Scathis is not actually being built anymore. I don't know where it went, but that's not what's going on anymore. I don't see it in the water anywhere. I don't see it actually anywhere, to be honest. We do have some whalers online dealing with all of the spam here from Team 2's low. Oh, we do have a Billy Nuke. That's not going to feel good, but those gunships are going to move, so that's just a bunch of mass guild here by Ferv's commander. Oh, Ferv with the little brackets next to his, not brackets, but less than or greater than signs next to his name. There's probably a different name for those, but that's just what I know them as. And those Team 1 Lobos getting pretty close to that, those cruisers. And they're going to kill off, I think, at least one or two of them at a minimum. There goes one of, I mean, there goes one. And when they're sitting on the cliffside here, they really hard for that Hathum to target. Oh, it takes out another one. That's the second one that's going to be killed off. So there's 5 more remaining here on the west. 3, oh, those are destroyers, and there's 2 more up there. They took out a second one. I mean, 2 out of 6 is pretty good. It's 33%. And the AA is just punishing all of the ASFs that's constantly flying overhead. Team 1, Scorpio probably should move those, because that's just a bunch of ASF that are just dying unnecessarily. Yeah, it's a lot of ASF that are just dying. Team 1, I mean, they're only producing 300 now. Team 2 is showing forth their muscles with all of their mass income. SMD going to be the main target here for Team 1 to probably take out, and then use the Hathums to punish Team 2 once again. That one isn't loaded. That one is not loaded, and that one is loaded. So 1 nuclear missile is online, and that SMD does not cover this western edge, but there is a secondary SMD right here. And it is loaded as well. So they are covered on both sides. Good thing for his low for noticing that. And all those ASF die unnecessarily, like I say. ASF fight happens once again. It's in favor of Team 2 now. And the ASF might be called to assist, but I mean, still, with all the ASF that died, Team 1 had the huge advantage, and now that advantage goes from dominance to control. It just goes to show that, you know, essentially with dominance you can do anything realistically you can want, and control is like, yeah, you can do some things, but you're going to lose a lot of your ASF in the exchange, though. You do see Percy's. I mean, you're going to lose exchange with dominance, but it depends on what value you get out of all the ASFs dying, kind of thing. Althum is targeting everything over here. Missiles also raining in there from the T3 aircraft carriers as well. Team 2's Beach of Normandy's kind of fizzles out. I only see one SMD, says AI Gangster, and actually no SMD on comm. There's one SMD right here. It's 3 loaded. That's the range on it. If Team 2 comes in from kind of this eastern side or any other direction, that comm will die. 44 minutes, 46 seconds on the clock. Team 2, do you have a nuke that I just completely missed? No. I mean, I wonder if a building nuke... Oh, there's some TMDs, so probably not. I think... Can the building nuke reach that? Oh, no. Yeah. Excuse me. That comm can definitely be reached. Suspect here. No, it's a little bit off. It's a little bit closer to that facility. But now the march of the Percys has commenced. They're like penguins, but they only have one really good arm. And they cannot fly. They cannot realistically swim. And they're getting mercilessly destroyed by those missiles. Nuke launched. Outbound from... Oh, I missed it from Team 2. It's going after the T3 naval headquarters. And yes, the comm knows that he's being targeted. So he's going to get out of range. And that T3 naval headquarters is going to go down. Team 2 at 1.2k mass income. Team 1 at 443. The chicken, just hovering its head above the surface of the water, is able to fire its cannon, or at least, well, actually it's hitting the water, so it's actually not really firing. Percys are taking out, forced all of the aircraft carriers back, and the nuke will land, and of course, I don't think I've done it so far on the cast, but kaboom! Takes out that position. The comm is forced to retreat. And, I mean, a satellite definitely would come in handy once again here for Team 1 to take out more of the resourcing options. I wonder if Zlo build another satellite. You going to build a second nuke, probably? Yeah, that's probably what he's going to do. Nope. Team 2's Ferv's going to build it instead. And let's see what's going on. Chicken now in the middle of the map going after engineers. That's where I said those summons could easily come into play over here and kill one off that chicken, but they're just sitting over here in the little cove here. Leviathan... Kraken, another Leviathan, Cardassinos, and Nestle, all the different names. Jormungandr. I think I'm going to speed it up again because there's not really a whole lot going on here. It looks like it's just a lot of thinking and trying to suss out their opponents. T3 Mechs was built and then immediately destroyed, and those Rascals go, fine. We'll just take out the missiles. Fine, it's fine. T3 T3 AA is being targeted. Another line of PD, of course, all TMD, of course they have to be named because they're all named Thousand Flames. Very funny. The naming mod is very fun. I don't particularly use it because it's just, that's a lot going on. I've had a couple games where I've casted where it's just everything is named. It makes it very difficult to do anything or read anything. So I just don't even bother with it. Billy Nuke lands once again, impacting the shields. The shielding not really getting a lot of assistance. There's a couple of T3 P-gens. Scorpio should be fine on energy. He's at 12,000. There's a decent amount of P-gens here. Going for an artillery now here at 48 minutes. The T3 air facility being pumped out. Another group of strap bombers has been built up. I think those were some from the earlier minutes. But here come the strap bombers here to the west. They're being pinged. Now, what are they going after? ASF going to try to intercept them. Won't be able to kill off actually any of them. There's not that many ASF. ASF coming again. Oh, are the bombs going to drop? What are they going after? Maybe they're going after the SMD. Yes, they probably were, but that's taken out. There's also a secondary SMD also online. Strap bombers over the middle. They're going to go for this SMD. Oh, there's only 2 shields protecting it. It might be enough. Oh, nope. The shielding stays. ASFs engage over top of a ton of AA. ASFs from Team 1 take severe losses in that engagement, and the shields do fall. Team 2 needs more shielding, and Ferv immediately starts more of it. Oh, it's getting closer between these two teams. There is a satellite over top here, as I mentioned earlier, for Ferv. He might build this. Yep, I was going to say he might just build a second one. He has no Mexes as AI. I mean, he does, but he doesn't have as many. I mean, we're talking about Team 2 producing, again, 2.5 times the amount of mass that Team 1 is.
Strategic launch
And another nuke launches. Just take out all of the stuff firing at you at this point. The T3 naval headquarters is down, which means once you kill off all of the boats, that's it. Another nuke launching here. This time it's up from Team 1. Not from that Hathoum. Where is this one going? Oh, it's going to go after... There's only just frigates there. That's not worth the... I mean, target this at least. There's a ton of stuff over here. That's a little disappointing, unfortunately. There it goes. It's going to land, take out a sonar platform. Spy planes over top go, oh yeah, I probably should have targeted that. There goes the nuke. It's going to just edge nuke to that SMD. And everything here is dead and gone. Shield is down. Opens the way for the Billy nuke to come in and kill everything else off. There are a couple of TMD in the area, though. Maybe not, but still. 50 minutes on the clock here. Still, those cruisers proving a pain. We're just going to build shields and more shields and more TMD. Another nuke launches here. This time from that Hathoum. It is going to kill off all of this stuff, and it might actually get some of the Rascoms here. Those need to move. Ferv's going to feel that in a couple of seconds. Uh-oh, says Ferv. Uh-oh. You got to move them. Oh, you got to move them. Oh, there they go. All of that work for getting all that TMD is just done and gone. Oh, it's got to hurt. Fat Boy in the middle of the map are going to push. We do see a group of strap bombers here encircling those ASFs. Oh, right. Figured that would be on my column. Oh, yeah, because, of course, you know, like, there's a lot of stuff here and there's no SMD. Just a horde of Lobos. Just the absolute horde of Lobos going on. Another satellite going to be built here by Zlo. Just put it underneath shield coverage. Just one shield, even if it's a T2. I would take a mobile shield at this point. Just something. Protect the investment. I know you're producing a ton of mass, but just protect the investment. ASF's being slaughtered in the skies here by Team 2's AA. They're just flying over AA for no reason, honestly. Yeah, the ASF can sit here, but they're just going to be killed off. Multiple SMD in the main base. Artillery isn't really being focused down. Team 1 isn't planning on ending the game anytime soon, it looks like. Or at least they go for the nukes. At least that's one way to do it, I guess. That one's not loaded. That one's loaded. That one's almost loaded. Oh, I hear strap bombers landing somewhere. Where are they? Where? What? I heard them. Where'd they go? Oh, they're over here. But one might be shot out of it. Nope, it's going to get out of range just barely. Satellite targeting the resourcing options once again here for Team 1. That's just got to hurt the pocketbook constantly. Just having all your mass assassinated all the time. This focus T3 artillery says AI. I mean, that is one way to do it, or you could just build a bunch of satellites. But they are going for artillery now. Ferv at 52 minutes going for T3 artillery. And it looks like the engineer is going to come in, the rover drones, to come in and assist with that artillery piece. And I feel like at this point, I can speed it up once again until I hear another nuke launch, because someone's going to have a nuke. Someone's going to launch it. This one is not loaded. SMD has 5. SMD has 5, so they're going to be protected against any Hathoums. And all of the aircraft carriers sitting in the bay over there. Strap bombers going after the AA here in the corner. I don't know if they're targeting SACUs in the water. I think they are targeting SACUs in the water. Chicken being assaulted by some Ravagers. I do like the distance build here that went on here, just kind of edging it over the map. I am not deserving a win. Cool down. And all of those. Oh, strap bombers are launching, going after something, and there they go. Oh, they just get annihilated by the AA. I mean, I get it. You're just trying to take anything out, but when Team 2 is producing, 3 times the mass that you are, it's just devastating. Satellites over top killing all of the mass here for Team 1. And Team 1 focusing on the Fort Bombers. I should be saying Scorpy because he's the only player left on Team 1, but I keep saying Team 1 out of habit. And 42 Percy's. Let's go, says Perf. Let's go. Where are they? I don't know where are they? Oh, he landed them over here. There they go. Here comes the attack. This is what he meant by 42 Percy's. Here they come. They're charging in. Tickle cannons doing very little, but there's multiple batteries of them. Nuke launches. And we might have to just split it at this point, because I'm trying to see what's going on. Oh, Nuke launches over there. We'll kind of just put a little bit of a screen over there, and we'll put a screen over here. There go those Perseus moving in, going after whatever they can. Satellites over top, going to take out anything and everything. One SMD is down. Artillery raining in as well. This looks like it's going to be the end here for Team 1. Scorpio, he did a great job. Chicken assaulting the main base. That's going to be taken out very, very quickly. And there goes the Perseus. Had that first nuke taken out the base, that would have been huge. Boo Nuke takes out a ton of those aircraft carriers. Ooh, that's got to hurt. What is, where is that comm? Where's Ferb's comm? I don't, no, that was the nuke, excuse me. That wasn't Ferb's comm, that was the nuke. But the base is torn asunder. Infinity says that Perseus, like, I am Infinity. PD just assaulting everything. Satellite struggling in the SMDs. What's your obsession with that corner? It's just 2 SACUs. Oh yeah, over here in the south. Oh, there goes that nuke landing over here. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Maybe he thought it was the comm. Fat Boy also rolling in as well. More Perseus landing, hot dropping. They need to land. There they go. Continental gets taken out. Another set landing. Actually, those are bubble shields. Excuse me. Those are some parashields landing. Perseus just annihilating everything here, assisting the satellites as well. That is essentially game here, and Team 1's Scorpion knows it, and that will be it. I'm going to end the split. There we go. And in terms of MVPs, I think I got to give it to Ferv, because he secured the attack, or the attack vector here, got the SMD online. Again, had that nuke landed on top of the SMD, I think that would have been game here for Team 1. But Team 2's Ferv came in on the east side, built up a huge amount of defense, took out the naval side of things, constantly pressured essentially what Team 1 did over here to the west, kept this position on lock for a long time, and just eventually just sent the last wave in to kill everything off. Also built more satellites assisting taking out the mass, of course. And that's really what came down to it, was Team 1 was holding for a very long time with what they had, but just over time, the amount of mass that's been building up in Team 2's coffers just overwhelmed them. But let me know down in the comments how you felt about this game. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button when I do post videos. Thank you so very much for watching to the end of the video, and share this video as well, and I will see all of you in the next one.